look at my babies. I love my babies. Yeah. Looking good out today. Got enough rain, and y'all blossom so beautiful. Yes, you are. Enjoying the day today. But let's get to the point now. All right. Yeah, I smoke on Friday night and Saturdays. Sunday through Thursday, I'm clean as a whistle. I don't know how I condition myself like that, but I think when I go to work, I don't like to smell like cigarettes and shit like that. And during the week, I work out, so I can't mix drinking and smoking with that. So that's what I do. Friday night, Saturday, just to wind down, man, before I go back to the hospital on Monday and start work. All right, so let's get to the point. Straight up. What are y'all mad about? Why would you be mad? And why would you call it a duck? Right? Why are you mad that Manny Pacquiao is thinking of fighting Triple G? What are you so mad about? Listen, let me show you the advantage of that. Guess what? He's out the picture. That means Errol Spence and Bud Crawford could get it cracking. Yeah, they could get it cracking. Now, can they get it cracking this year? Well, that depends on the conditions of what Errol Spence won and what Bud Crawford won, right? So let's read between the lines, right? Bud Crawford said he's not fighting Manny Pacquiao because of this pandemic, right? And he said that he wants a crowd, and he wants a lot of money, and this and that and that. Fine. So let's do this on Bud Crawford's side. So Mr. Bud Crawford, so you saying you want this and you want that. Okay, so when it's time to fight Errol Spence, you're not fighting him this year because you said it's pandemic, right? Plus, y'all arguing about money, 60-40, all this shenanigans and shit like that. So, Terrence Crawford, what are you going to do? Because if you're not going to fight Ugas, you're not fighting Porter, because guess what? You're not going to get that good money that you was asking for, right? And plus, it's a pandemic, and you don't want to be bothered with that shit. So, I don't know what you're going to do. Now, let's move to Spence. Spence, on the other hand, his option, he's got Danny Garcia this year. And this is what he said. It's not what I said, man. Go to his article. He said it. Just like I said in my other video when I was on the track walking around with the green glasses, with the green shades. I said this is what he said. He said, well, listen, if I can't get Manny Pacquiao this year, I'm going to go shoot for Danny Garcia. Okay. So you shoot for Danny Garcia. So you're not, but guess what? The three things that you said after your accident, you said my comeback is Manny Pacquiao, Bud Crawford, and Danny Garcia. Okay, so on your comeback, you decide not to fight Errol Spence. I mean, Bud Crawford. You want to make it a bigger fight for next year. You want. So your comeback is Danny Garcia. Fine. You fight Danny Garcia. If everything works out, you beat him. Well, next year, are you going to talk about you want to fight Manny Pacquiao? Because let's say Manny Pacquiao decides to have that fight with Triple G next year, in the beginning of next year, or the summer of next year. What are you going to do? Are you going to? Is Terrence Crawford going to keep his thing about fighting Manny Pacquiao next year? But guess what? Manny Pacquiao is busy with Triple G. So you didn't do nothing this year. The beginning of next year, January, February, March, April, May, what are y'all doing? Right? Spence beat Danny Garcia, supposedly, if that happens this year. So what is Spence going to do next year? Because if Manny Pacquiao fights Triple G in the beginning of next year, and guess what? I'm not mad if he doesn't fight him this year and he fights him next year. You know why? Because this is the only fight that's signed, sealed, and delivered. If that fight is signed, sealed, delivered this year, and it goes down in November, December this year, that's fine. But if it don't, and it goes down next year, well, guess what? Well, Spence beat Garcia, and he's planning to fight Manny Pacquiao next year. So Spence, if you can't get the fight with Manny Pacquiao because he's busy with Triple G, well, look, my friends, look at the benefit of that. Why can't Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight? See, that's how you read between the lines here. You don't wait until people start giving you information and run your mouth like diarrhea. No. And say, this one said this and this one say that. Because that's been going on too long. You got to read between the lines. Okay? And I'm only going by what they said. It's not my opinion. It's what they say. I'm just going by reading between the lines about what if should happen. And you should think that way too. Well, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Listen, Manny Pacquiao is playing chess, yo. He's playing chess. Don't understand what I mean. He went to Spence. He's on that same side of Spence. Like I said, the last thing, I ain't talking about when he was in the ring with Mikey and Arrow and all this shit. The last thing I heard is what the only reason why Manny Pacquiao want to fight Errol Spence is because of the accident. So you said, my friends, that that's the only reason he wants to fight. Well, what's the key words in that sentence? He wants to fight Errol Spence. It's not the reasons why, because that's the reasons you said. But the fact is, he said he wants to fight Errol Spence. So, the way I see it, my opinion is this. Well, you said it's because of the accident. But in my head, I'm like, well, Bud Crawford didn't have an accident. And he's calling out Bud Crawford. Right? He calling Bob Arum the one that blocked the fight. When he was on the same side of the street. I know y'all don't like to hear that, but I'm just regurgitating what the boxers are saying. Okay? Right? That's what Spence said. So, at the end of the day, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Because if both fighters is not going to fight Manny Pacquiao this year, and they plan to fight him next year, 2021, but Manny Pacquiao, okay, let's run a track. Let's say Manny Pacquiao fight Triple G in November. Okay. Now he's 9 division. He done. He good, right? And he said he's not retiring. Not even after that. That's what he said, okay? In an article. He's not retiring. All right? So, next year, Manny Pacquiao's free. What are y'all two going to do? Is one going to hang on the left nut of Manny Pacquiao and hang on the right nut of Manny Pacquiao and just dangle there and wait for Manny Pacquiao? What are y'all going to do, man? Y'all two got to step up. Y'all two got to step up. But see, y'all fighting over 60-40 and who shits don't stink the most and who did more shit back in with 140 division and unifying and who did more. This is the welterweight division, okay? Yes, y'all are so calling Crawford pound for pound because of all the attributes that he did, right? And over here, Spence is calling himself the king of the welterweights, and he got 2 belts. So we're back to square one. Y'all two are not going to fight next year because of the 60-40 and this and that and that. And then y'all still going to wait for Manny Pacquiao to fight him? At the end of the day, y'all just both aging Manny Pacquiao. He's already aged out already. And y'all just want to put the icing on the cake for another year. Waiting for Father Time to stop wasting time with Manny Pacquiao. That's what you're trying to do. Y'all just trying to get Father Time to just slow him up a little bit more. Right? Tell you, man, I don't get it, yo. I really don't get it. But if Manny Pacquiao is not in the race no more, he still got the welterweight belt, but he's doing something else. Well, that tells me he couldn't get the fight with Spence, right? For some odd reason that you're not hearing, even though Spence saying he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. See, it's making it, you know, he's making it sound like Manny Pacquiao's ducking him. And he wants to fight with Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao is the one that makes the choices. But he's using that trick against his fans. I get that shit too. And then Bud Crawford, well, he's just full of a whole lot of excuses. A whole lot of excuses. But all I see is if Manny decides to sign, seal, that deliver that fight outside the country with these groups, and you know these groups gonna pay, if you know what I mean. Right? You know they're gonna pay. Right? If he gets that fight, well then y'all two don't got nothing to worry about because he's busy with Triple G. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? One side talking about 60-40. The other side said that it ain't gonna work that way. So y'all back to what? Another year, maybe 2022. Listen, y'all both are getting old. And Bud, you getting older. Okay? Stop the foolishness. And I can't stand that when he keeps talking about this pandemic. That's the reason why he don't want to fight, because he ain't getting no crowds. Listen, Manny Pacquiao said, listen, this is what Manny Pacquiao said. I'm going with Triple G. And if none of y'all don't get the bait and say, okay, well, he's moving with Triple G, I need to grab this right now. Yeah, and I'm just a little confused, but at the same time, I know who's the ones that being the problem and who's not the problem. You see what I'm saying? I know who's the problem and who's not the problem. The ones that talk the most is the problem, and that's about it. That's about it. Like I said, if he decides to fight Triple G, and like I said, it's a chess move, because if Manny Pacquiao could put that out in the atmosphere just to get one of these two clowns to fight him, because usually that's how things work. You know, people, when they see you move here, then they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right away. Listen, he's the cash cow. None of y'all ain't gonna get the money fighting each other that you're gonna fight when you fight Manny Pacquiao. Simple as that. Crawford, if you don't fight Errol Spence this year and you fight Ugas or Porter, you're not making the money. So it's like you saying one thing and doing another. Why are you fighting those fighters if you're not making the money you want? I know when you fight Manny Pacquiao, you're gonna make more than $3 million. I mean, you guarantee $3 million, right? Already. So I mean, you're gonna make money. You think you're not gonna make more money fighting Manny Pacquiao than fighting Errol Spence? It is what it is, man. So go ahead with yourself, yo. Go ahead with yourself and let your fans, all the fans, talk all this gibberish and jibber jabber. One in this ear, one out the other. Heard a mumble jumble, whatever. Like MC Light used to say. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao, play your chess moves, man. Because one of them is gonna hook. And if they don't hook, well, move on to being a 9th division champion, right? Some people say he's not 8th division. They saying he's 6th division, but I got something for that. You know what that is? It's in the record books. It's not what I say. It's not what you say. It's not what you think. It's not your opinion. When I go on Google and it says, how many divisions is he is? Oh, 8 divisions. You can argue at the barbecue. You can argue at the birthdays. You argue at your baby mother, baby shower. What the fuck you want to argue about it? With whoever's there. But when I Google it and I say, oh, I don't want to hear about the details and options of what you think. It says 8 division. That's it. Not 6, not 7, 8. And now he goes to 9 division and he does it. It is what it is. When I look back in the history books, it's 9 divisions. That's it. Right now it's 8. But that's it. It's the same thing with Tyson and Wilder. Okay? It's a draw. That's in the books. And I said that, you know, my opinion was different. I thought Wilder won. Fine. He lost. Second fight, I thought Wilder was going to win. He didn't. He lost. Tyson Fury beat him. Third fight, which one do I think? Well, after I saw the ass whipping in the second fight, I picked Tyson Fury. I am biased, my bro. I'm biased. I want Wilder to win. Yeah, I'm biased in some things. I'm biased. Well, I'm biased on a lot of things, but I'm not gonna make it look stupid. It's not. I'm not gonna make it look stupid. I have to put some of this shit in boxing too, yo, because we are talking about boxing, right? We're not talking about your bias and your opinions, right? So that's the way I see it, man. That's all I see it, yo. So go ahead, Manny Pacquiao, make that chess move. We might hear something from either Spence, or we might hear something from Bud Crawford, since they are in hard negotiations right now. And I think the hard negotiations went limp, because if Manny Pacquiao talking about fighting Triple G, well, that gives you an answer about what's going on with the negotiations with Bud Crawford. You see how it works? You see how it works, right? It's not waiting for somebody, one of these boxers, to say something, because they're going to say anything. They're going to say anything not to look like a ducker. But the ones that's not saying nothing and moving on, their actions speak louder than words. So by next year, I guarantee you, these same two people that wants to fight in 2021, they both saying they're going to fight each other in 2021. It's either they're going to fight, they're going to be begging for a fight for you, and then after that, they're going to fight all the way in 2022. Whereas it's like, come on, man. And Bud Crawford, with this pandemic and all this, you can't predict the future. Like I said in my last video, you can't. We don't even know what's going on with this virus in the next 4 months, with the next wave. Okay? America is at a standstill. Simple as that. And to tell you the truth, this is my opinion. If I was Manny Pacquiao and I was getting all this fuckery from both of them, right? And they both making you look like you ducking both of them, right? And for some reason, you get the sign, seal, deliver fight. See, that's all that matters. If it's a fight that sign, seal, deliver, you can start working on that. You start training. You start doing this. Either it's this year, November, December, whatever, or next year, beginning of next year. It's a fight that sign, seal, deliver. Do we hear any fights that sign, seal, deliver with the welterweight division? That's holding belts? No, we're not. We're not. So whoever makes that first step is the one that's going to go forward. So if I was Manny Pacquiao, I'd be like, all right, y'all playing games? I could play games too. I put the bait out. None of y'all want it. None of y'all want it. Y'all want me to age out for another year. But guess what? That year, I'm fighting Triple G. Well, guess what? You know what I want? I want both of y'all to fight each other. Yeah, I want both of y'all to fight each other. And then after that, after one is knocked out, then maybe late next year, if Manny Pacquiao don't fight Triple G in November this year, and he fights him in the beginning of the year, well, y'all could get busy. Y'all get busy, and then after Manny Pacquiao supposedly beat Triple G, well, you got the whole rest of the year. You got the whole rest of the year to set up a fight with the winner between Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. Checkmate, my dude.